Right then, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2-litre EX automatic. This car has covered just 63,000 miles, finished in this lovely twilight blue with a black leather interior. It's been very, very well kept. Lights and lenses clear, intact, no cracks, no condensation. Front bumper very clean. Likewise, bonnet of the car, can't see any sort of obvious stone chipping, although there will be some very minor ones obviously. Near side, lovely and smooth in the panels. Near side wheel, one takes all of the bashing and there's not a mark on it. Rear alloy really good, just a tiny bit of pickling around the valve cap, which is quite normal actually, but come around the back of the car, again all very, very clean and tidy. So around to the offside. Offside rear alloy, again very, very clean indeed. Final alloy, again very, very nice. And externally it's in very, very good condition. Obviously with a 8-year-old car rather, there are going to be the odd minor mark, but they are few and far between. Let's come into the boot area, absolutely cavernous as you'd expect. Quick folding rear seats, just pull the handles and they go down. It's been very well kept, certainly in contrast to so many of its fellow cars from a similar age and mileage. Coming to the back of the car, you can see just how much legroom you get. So I'm not cheating because those front seats are set for me and I'm over 6 foot tall. I mean, it really is an enormous amount of legroom. The leatherwork's been kept very, very nicely indeed. And again, this is where cars of this type can be very heavily used, but this one's got away with a relatively very light life indeed. Coming to the front now, again all very clean and tidy. Passenger seat on the front there, really, really good condition. So finally coming to the driver's door card, again all really, really clean and tidy. Again all around the seat area, very clean, and obviously the driver's seat, the one that takes all of the wear and hardly shows anything at all. So inside the car now, engine's running through this section, so the dash as always can be seen illuminated. So you can see there's sat nav working perfectly. Pop the car into reverse, you get that lovely clear gridded parking camera, all working exactly as it should. Come back to the main dash binnacle. 63,553 miles, and the only light that's just pinged on is the low fuel light on the car. Obviously a bit of fuel and that will soon extinguish. Steering wheel, lovely condition like the rest of the car. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key are both here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2-litre EX automatic. This particular car is registered RJ63KPN. It's a mileage showing of 63,547. Sorry, just move those keys to stop them rattling about. The reason we do the videos is very simple indeed. We want to ensure that if anyone is looking online at any of our cars, they actually get to see the car advertised in operation. And the reason we feel it's important is because we know, unfortunately, to our cost, just how frustrating it can be to go and see a car which can look perfectly good in the description, only to get there and find out when you drive it it's got a fundamental issue which you would much rather have known about before setting off. So that's why we do it. We also do it on these very quiet country roads in this beautiful part of Gloucestershire. The reason we do it, this is actually forms part of the road test route. So hopefully then it'll be representative of what you feel should you be offered a test drive in the car. So coming to the car itself, clearly been a very well looked after car. Starts instantly and settles to a completely smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car, and temperature gauge is running as a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda vehicle when up to operating temperature. The engines, they're famous for their reliability and longevity, helped by the fact that they're cam chain driven, no cam belts on these at all. But you know, it's an incredibly strong engine. With just regular maintenance, they can take absolutely massive mileages. But that's actually only half the story. I mean, because that's kind of why you buy a Honda. But it's also such a lovely engine to sit behind. So sweet-natured and sweet-sounding as well. Put your foot down, and you're not greeted by kind of a gruff noise. There's kind of a sweet tone to it. When Honda, the four-cylinder engines is their forte. They have been masters of this for decades now, and this one's no different. It's very quiet, very smooth, keen to pick up its revs, but yeah, a fantastic engine. Likewise, the gearbox in the vehicle, as you'd expect of any Honda, very slick shifting, and as with the engine as well, you know, incredibly tough and reliable. You know, I don't want to tempt fate, but we've never put a spanner on a Honda automatic gearbox, so they are tough indeed. Notwithstanding reputation, however, you should still do the same basic checks on any automatic gearbox. Essentially, it's very easy. Just as you're driving along, as I am now, when it changes gear, like it does there, you can hardly feel it, and there, you can hardly feel it. That's how it should be. So the gear changes should be very smooth and or borderline imperceptible. This is a perfect example. But also when you're stationary, just when you're selecting drive and reverse from neutral, just make sure there's no sort of metallic sort of clonks or rattles, and again, there's nothing at all from the vehicle. Steering of the car, beautifully done, tight as a drum as well. It's track's absolutely dead straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit. It's all in fine fettle there. But it's a lovely power steering system. There's a corner coming up now, just turn in, minimal movement. It's accurate, it's precise, it's just very car-like. And the same goes for the suspension, because it allows you to flow through corners really well. It's beautifully judged, because it's trying to find a happy medium between it being very comfortable as it is, but also not floundering through the corners and lolloping about, which so many of its competitors seem to do. But this is absolutely superb. It also exhibits no kind of noises from underneath the vehicle. It shouldn't be there. No rattles, no clonks, nothing at all. So all in good order. I'm going to give the brakes. I'll do it in a second. Actually, I'll get up to a higher speed. Just going to swing around here. It's kind of the halfway point. Sorry, the sun's a little bit low, so it might be a bit glary. But I'm going to give the brakes a bit of a shove. I did look underneath them. We've already done the pre-delivery inspection and the service of the vehicle, and they were absolutely spot on. So I'm expecting nothing but good things when I hit the brake pedal. So bear with me 1 second. Just give them a good old shove. Hard enough to get the hazard lights to come on, which is good. Absolutely perfect. What I'm looking for particularly on automatics is any signs of any kind of pulsing or vibration coming back through the brake pedal. There's absolutely nothing at all. It's spot on there. So coming inside the car, the first thing you notice by its absolute absence is any rattles or squeaks. They are brilliantly made cars. Do not confuse the occasional bit of hard plastic for poor build quality, because it isn't. It's beautifully done. Honda, they want to be able you to have to wipe these surfaces down and keep it clean, keep it fresh, and it works perfectly. There's plenty of sort of soft to touch stuff as well, but the build quality, which is you should be judged after a few years of driving, not when they're new, of course, as the motoring press seem to do. This is superbly made, it really is. And it's also a lovely place to sit. You've got fantastic visibility around the car. These massive, almost truck-like wing mirrors give you a wonderful view back on the vehicle as well. But you've got a dashboard here that's very highly equipped, but one that doesn't phase in any way. As I always say, within a couple of days of driving these cars, you've mastered it, basically. It's very simple and all working exactly as it should. Sat nav, as you can see, you've got dual zone climate control system, which offers you the opportunity to have different temperatures side to side, and that's blowing out absolutely ice cold air, and it's a pretty muggy old day today. So that's all working as it should. And coming back to build quality, the switch quality and the actuation of everything has a beautifully damped, high quality feel to it, which Honda do brilliantly well. Heated seats, don't need them today, but they're working. Dash binnacle in front, simple, easy, legible, perfectly displayed, and not overdone, which I really, really like. The steering wheel, small in diameter, leather bound, feels absolutely like new to hold, and just makes the car feel more manageable, being in sort of dinky in size. I really like it. This is a four-wheel drive version of the CR-V. There are no buttons to press because Honda worked out that the vast majority of its drivers will be driving in conditions as I am today, where you just don't need four-wheel drive on. Because the problem with permanent four-wheel drive cars is that, by definition, they're permanently driven, and that means you're going to get through your tyres more quickly, use more fuel, and put more mechanical stress through the vehicle. So basically, the way it works is dead simple. If you put your foot down and your front wheels start to lose grip on sort of snow, ice or mud or something, it automatically brings in the rear wheels seamlessly to give you four-wheel drive. It's absolutely brilliant, and I've used too many CR-Vs and owned too many CR-Vs to remember using this system, because I tow a caravan and I've never come close to getting stuck, nor have I ever had an issue with it. And we've been selling Hondas for nearly 3 decades using this system, and not so much as put a spanner on any of them. As I said at the start of the video, the point of it, is brief as it may be, is just to show the car in operation. It drives absolutely as tight as a drum. It really is a very, very nice example, this one. If you've got any questions, however, don't hesitate, do give us a call.